Good day everybody. Today we are going to take you through a step-by-step guide as to how to do your installation with the Underfloor Heating from JC Heat to Tell. First and foremost, let's have a squizzy at what you will actually need before you start your installation. Firstly, of course, you're going to need your heater from JC Heat to Tell. In my scenario today, I'm using a 1 kilowatt, but obviously depending on your room and the size, we will quote you on an adequate size heater. But for today, this is a 1 kilowatt. Secondly, you're going to need your thermostat. Obviously, you need to connect this on the wall, whether it's a digital, programmable, or in this case, an analog thermostat. This is an analog thermostat that we're using today. Basically, it's just a slightly more simple version of a thermostat, but for my case, it's perfect. Then you're going to need some trunking. This, I'll show you a little bit later how exactly we're going to use it, but this is going to be to run your cables in through to the thermostat next to the plug, so that everything looks pretty and nice. Then you will need obviously a plug. This will be to plug the thermostat itself into the plug point by the wall. And then you're going to need some double-sided tape. This just avoids having to drill. If you do want to drill in certain cases, you're more than welcome to, but in my scenario, I'm using double-sided tape. And then lastly, you're going to need a tape measure and a pair of good scissors. When I say good scissors, they need to be able to cut through the actual mesh of the heater. In my scenario, I've used sewing scissors, as you can see. They are quite sturdy and they chop nicely. Right, now for the technical part. I do advise you doing this prior to actually starting your installation because you just need to do a little bit of maths. Right, what I've worked out for my heater, for my situation. I have a heater that is 10.5 in total length. So, let's do this on a whiteboard for you. Here you will have your wall, okay, just to give you an indication. That is going to be then where my thermostat point is. You always want to start 600 roughly away from the walls. Okay, so 600, 600, blah, 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 all the way around the room. So 600 from each wall. Right, what I have figured out, I'm going to start laying my heating here. Now, in my case, I want to roll out 1.3 like that of my actual mat. So that would be 1.3. Then I'm going to cut and I'm going to roll 2.2. like that. Do excuse my drawing, I'm not an artist. Okay, then we're going to cut again, go back another 2.2, like so, 2.2. Now you're going to make your other cut, and this one is going to go out 2.7, like that. Okay, the reason being, obviously, if it's 2.2, you're going to battle to get it back up here. So this works out perfectly fine at 2.7. Now, cut over here, and you're going to run it back up here at 1.5. Now, you've got a perfect amount here to get back to your thermostat of 0.6. If you add all of this together, it comes to exactly 10.5, which is what my heater is. Do make sure that you do this beforehand, just so that you know exactly where you stand before you start rolling out the heater. It takes a little bit of time to calculate it, but in the long run, it is well worth it. Right, now we're going to do the actual installation. First and foremost, let me just explain something to you. If I can do this, anyone can do it. It's really not rocket science. Right, what I have done pre-hand is I have actually made little marks on my floor using our measurements that we worked out earlier. So if you have a squizzy over here, I've just used a little marking pen to mark exactly where I want to start and where I'm going to cut again just now. Then, taking some tape, you can use any tape you want. I'm just using this white tape for now. You're just going to cut little strippies here, just to make sure that whilst you're doing this, it's not wiggling around, because it's going to drive you insane. So I've already done that in the beginning here. Now, as per my markings that I've already made on the floor, I'm going to start rolling it out. Very simple, as you can see. I mean, really not rocket science. So we roll it out to my marking, which is right over there. Okay? Then just grab your scissors. Make sure that you are using quite tough scissors because this can be a difficult product to cut. Now, just cut along, all the way down. Make sure you do not cut through this wire because then you're going to have big problems. Cut down, go underneath your wire, like that, and snip. Now, you'll see that the mat is still attached via this wire here. Very simple. You're just going to turn it like that. Okay? Put them down like that. As you'll see, it goes to my little markings that I made. Grab your tape. Simple, simple. Just make sure that you're sticking down a little bit like this to hold them in place. him down. Okay, now he doesn't want to stick. Okay, let's do another one there quickly. Stick him down, like so. Depending on your floor surface, you might need to use a stronger tape, but it's literally just to hold it in place. Then go back to your starting point like we did earlier. Now, as I explained earlier, here is going to be shorter, and we're going to make rolls of 2.2. So as I said, I've already marked that out on the floor. So roll, 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 until you get to your mark. Right, now I have finally finished actually laying my heating. As you can see, my very, very last strip, which we spoke about in the beginning of the video, is 2.7 along the floor, which means that it's going to stick out slightly more than our original strips that we were doing at 2.2. And you would come back up like this, as explained earlier, and then you're going to go back to your thermostat point, as you can see. Now this is very, very important. Over here you will see your cold leads. These are going to go to your thermostat. In this stage of the installation, ensure that whilst you stick this down, you do not have these cables overlapping. That is very, very important. So there we can just do that. Ensure that they are not overlapping, like so. And now we are ready to show you how you're going to connect your thermostat. Also remember that once you've done this, you can just tile straight on top. However, what you can also do, just to make it slightly easier for the person laying the flooring, is you can put a smashing or a super screed on top of this installation. All that's going to do is make sure that it doesn't move around whilst they're doing the flooring, and it also does just protect the elements a little bit more. That is a choice that is entirely up to you. Right, now you can see we're getting to the actual thermostat installation itself. You will see that I've got my piece of trunk in here. My cold leads from the actual heater itself are placed within here, popping out of the top all nice and neat like that. Then I have got my plug and my piece of cab tire from my plug. If you look over here, all thermostats are slightly different. All of them do come with their own instructions, but basic principle is you've got your two cold leads from the actual element itself, and then you've got your live and your neutral from your plug point over there. So you're going to make those connections all nice and neat, and then obviously we will close this thermostat and I'll show you from there. Right, now you will see that we have connected our thermostat and everything is good to go. How you know that the thermostat is operating properly, you will have a red light that comes on here. That means that the thermostat is in standby mode, i.e. that the actual heating is at the degree that you've set the thermostat on. A green light will indicate that it is actively working, i.e. heating up the elements to get to the temperature that you have set the thermostat to. You're just going to turn your little dial to your desired temperature, normally between 25, 28 degrees, somewhere there. Very simple, whatever you prefer, but that's what most people prefer. Take your 3-pin plug, pop it in, and you're good to go. Right, so there you have it. We have done an entire installation with you. As you can see, it really is so simple. Do not be afraid to do it yourself. It is not rocket science. A few tips and tricks. Please make sure when you're actually doing the installation, when you roll out the mat, the elements, the heating elements need to be facing downwards onto your concrete surface. That is a very, very important tip. Secondly, please make sure that somebody does help you if you need. Get a friend or a family member. It's obviously always easier with 4 hands than 2. Use bricks to stabilize your heating if needs be, but really it's not difficult to do. Thank you so much for tuning into one of our videos, and please do stay tuned with us as we do take you through and guide you through installations, tips and tricks, and many, many different hints from JC Heat to Tile.